We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
I did. Oh, wow! Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers. Oh, welcome out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com, and most importantly, SideScrollersPlus.com. What's going on, everybody? Hey, happy Friday to you. It is Finish Strong Friday, and we're going to finish strong. Stuttering Craig, good to see you guys. Man, we got a big one today. We got a lot going on. We are sweeping up all the crumbs that we missed this week and putting them right in your lap here on this wonderful Friday. So there's a lot of things we did not get a chance to talk about. As Blabs, I want to let you know, yesterday I saw my mom, and she said that yesterday was the most vulgar show we've ever done.
What did we do yesterday? Oh, yeah, Kirsha was on. I was going to say, I'm like, what happened yesterday?
Yes.
You know, actually, I don't even think it was the most vulgar show. Like, I actually don't think it was.
You know what I told her? I said, Mom, you can just not watch. And she said, no. I was like, okay.
I'm still waiting for her address so I can send her a nice thank you card. And it's been like a month since I've been asking.
I'm keeping you girls separated.
Why can't I have her email address?
Listen, I don't trust you. I don't trust my mom. That's just not, this ain't going to happen. This friendship ain't going to happen.
That's just so rude, though. I want to say thank you, and I can't contact her.
She's watching now. Tell her.
Hi, thank you again. It's in my living room behind a nice glass case, and he looks really nice. Thank you.
There you go. All right, now you don't need to email her or talk to her ever again.
That's so rude. Oh my God, Craig. Your mom's gonna be like, I did not raise you to be such a disappointing young man on the internet.
She did. She sure did. There we are.
She didn't. Why are you slandering her? Oh my God.
My mom loves me, Blabs.
You sure?
Most of the time. Yeah.
Maybe she likes Brad better.
Probably. Most likely. Yeah, most likely. Someone who I bet my mom would absolutely love. Joining us this wonderful Friday, Vara Dark. Hello,
You need
Vara.
to give your mom some more credit. You need to let her talk to people.
That's
Why are
right. You
holding
can't
her
keep her locked up.
hostage.
Listen, I will not be emotionally blackmailed by you women here. I promise you that. What are you doing? What do you do? No, listen, I've learned
Being
enough.
so mean.
I've learned enough in my years
So
to
cruel,
realize.
Craig.
I know. Listen, I am.
You know, but you don't change it.
Yeah, I refuse to change. That's right.
Do better.
That's
Yeah.
right. Hey, well, you sound like a lot of people I know over the last few years. Don't you just do better? Why don't you just do better? Just let the men in the women's sports just do better. All right.
No,
Yeah.
don't go SPW. Just do better.
No,
Treat your mom nicer.
It's a slippery slope there, Blabs.
Treat your mom nicely somehow
your
becomes
mom.
trannies?
Listen, Blabs, it starts with giving you her address and giving her a phone number. Then all of a sudden you're showing up for
Excuse me,
Christmas, and I'm
if
not
we
dealing
go
with that.
back- No. If we go back a whole year in text messages, you once offered to say, hey, my mom wants your phone number. Can I give it to her? And I never responded because that was the day my dog died. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
so,
I do.
Man.
actually,
That's really
I
sad.
still, you can give her my number. And that will literally be in like 2 weeks from like today.
Well,
so.
I think when your dog passed, that really was a sign from God, letting you know that was not a good idea.
That is such a fucking dick thing to say. Goodbye. Anyway, I'm so sorry you guys had to hear that from Craig. Like, that is so mean, Craig. That is my baby.
Craig is crazy today. We gotta
Piece of
cancel
shit.
this guy.
Well, no, I'm sorry that your dog passed. Obviously, I know how important your dog was to you, Blabs.
God.
Do you?
Yes, but I'm just saying there. Okay, I'm gonna leave it.
You better fucking leave it.
I know when to shut up.
You better, bro. I know where you live.
That's true. Hey, but I'll say this. If only we listen, I'm just pouring the salt on today because I know that you're in a really bad place today after the announcement we're going to get to here. Blabs, literally the first thing she said to me today via DM was, My day. You've ruined my day. That's what
My
she said to me.
morning.
Yeah. Well, there we are. So now we're in the middle of the worst day ever.
The best part is that Twitter fucks up DMs a lot, so you always have to refresh. So he didn't see why I was mad, and I literally said, "You ruined my day," and then the second text was saying why I was pissed off, and he didn't see that. He's like, "No, I didn't say anything," but he didn't see that. So he's like, "What the fuck did I do?" And I'm like, "Read, bro, it's right there." But like Craig can't read, so I'm just assuming he's just glossing over my DMs, not actually paying attention to what I'm asking.
The text to speech didn't read it for him.
Apparently not.
No, I thought about that. We need to find a way to incorporate text to speech on this show all the time, constantly.
There's TTS, Monster TTS.
We'll figure it out.
It's really funny, dude.
Well, as we incorporate Phoenix more and more into the show, we're going to be making changes to the show, improving the show, and maybe we'll just do some sort of text to speech thing, moving ahead. We'll see how it goes. But
yeah, Monster TTS is really fun. Just saying, it's like a little super chat thing.
Okay. Well, we're glad you're with us today. Like I said, we're going to be finishing strong today. We got a lot going on, lots to talk about. The Switch 2 prices have officially been unveiled, which this is not, you're not watching a show from 2 weeks ago. You're watching it today because they are official now after all the tariff talk and everything. We're going to get into that. The world is healing in a major way. And Vara is extremely excited about this.
I am. Hallelujah.
Yeah. We're going to get into some Clown World today for the first time in a little bit. We're also going to be talking about an old movie that is now deemed as problematic, which, hey, welcome to 2025. And, of course, we have lawsuits galore when it comes to Discord and New Jersey, because why not? And, of course, Roman Reigns has decided to choose violence with the internet wrestling community just days before WrestleMania. So that's hilarious. With that said, we have a lot going on. We always like to start the show with Today in Gaming History. So, Blabs, please fill us in on today's wonderful picks.
I feel like since before the show you said I'm gonna get slapped, so I'm fired already. I know that, chat. But listen, Super Metroid was released in 1994. We had Slug released in 1996, and then Fantasy IV.
What an amazing day.
Released on the PlayStation Portal in 2011. Yay!
What an amazing one.
So let's play the game.
I feel like I'm still fired because why not? So go on.
Okay. So before we play What Does Vara Own Today, I would like to let you know there are some noticeable games that you did not include in your 3 slots, which, by the way, I want to go on record to say that it's okay to add another slot.
Nope.
But Vara had a suggestion prior to the show.
Give me $5.
No, give side scrollers $5. Give me $5. I give you money every week. So, Vara, your suggestion to expand out the 3 to possible 4 slots was what?
I don't even remember. I just remember giving Blabs money.
Oh, yeah, I think
Give me
that's
$5.
There you go.
$5 is $5, bro.
Maybe I'll tell you, what if we hit a Montez goal and we spin the wheel, then what if we expand it out to 4 for the next day? Just saying.
Absolutely not. I've already done Mondays.
Okay. I've already done it. Why would I? All right.
Why do it again?
Some noticeable games that you missed today. Obviously, we mentioned Super Metroid and the greatness that is. Samurai Showdown Warriors Rage for the PlayStation. Here is obviously Harvest Moon, Friends of Mineral Town. Here's the one you're going to get B for. Portal 2.
Yeah.
I actually was going to put that one in, but I thought people would be more interested in Final Fantasy IV, so I decided not to put Portal 2 in.
Mm-hmm.
I also thought Portal, the first one, was more popular than the second one.
Yeah.
It's still Portal.
It's still Portal, right? Trials Evolution, spectacularly fun game, which that's a great Blabs game as well. Very casual, but super fun.
You're lucky though, that Tomodachi, I thought it said Tamagotchi Life, and I was like, fuck yeah, where's this game been all my life? But no, it's not Tamagotchi, so I was sad.
Nope, Tamagotchi Life, there you go.
I think there's a hentai game, by the way. I can't remember if it was today or Monday, but Monday's definitely has one.
Yeah, I was going to say, I hope it's not called Orphans. God, Jesus Christ.
And that's the show, everybody. Goodbye. Craig is
I'm just saying, it's really messed up, Labs.
Yeah, it's Mondays. Mondays is a wild one.
Oh, my God.
I didn't even include it. I was like, you know what? We should just pull that one up for a bonus one on Monday.
Okay, sounds good. Bonus. All right. Well, today's show is brought to you by you over at Side Scrollers Plus. Make sure you guys head over there and become a member. Why? Well, we are offering all sorts of fun things over there, exclusive to Side Scrollers Plus, as well as a bunch of free stuff, which includes this weekend. I'm going to be doing a free watch along of WrestleMania. I look forward to you guys joining me over there this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, around 6 o'clock Central Time. I'll be starting the stream and watching it with you guys. That is, once again, available for free, everybody, over at Side Scrollers Plus. You make a free account, and then you can watch it with me. It's going to be super duper fun if you're watching it, tuning in. Also, you can become a Plus member to watch the now infamous playthrough of Sex with Hitler. Well, I say playthrough. It was not a playthrough, just through the first level.
It was all of 24 minutes of glory.
Yes, which was rough. It was a rough playthrough. But we also have our first side dishes, which is, Side Scrollers food, right? Calling it side dishes. See what we did there? Side Scroller side dishes. Blabs and Phoenix went to Hard 8, the infamous, or I guess illustrious barbecue place in Texas. Look at that thumbnail. Blabs eating a sweet rib. That's good. Look at that.
Man, that's pretty good video if I do say so myself.
Yeah, we're putting a lot of time, effort, and resources into making sure all of our content is really good over on Side Scrollers Plus. So watch Blabs eat a bone over this weekend. That's on Sunday, correct?
That's only on OnlyFans. Just kidding. Just kidding. Yes, that's on Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern is when it goes live. So
okay, so 2 o'clock
in there.
2 o'clock in the afternoon Central Time. We are currently at 455 Side Scrollers Plus members. We are just 45 plus members away to getting to 500, which at 500, we will have our burn Twitch to the ground stream, where we go to our Twitch page, and we're going to do all the things that will get us banned and see how long it takes for us to get banned on Twitch.
Probably not long.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Unless we bring Hassan Piker on, then we're saved.
Possibly.
Or like a furry or something. And then I feel like that's like a safety net. Like, oh, if you're here, then we can say whatever we want.
What if we just tag ourselves with the LGBTQ plus tags on?
Do you still have your pronoun sticker from when we did the skit? Just put it on and be like, I'm a they, them. You can't do anything now. I'm protected class.
I do have my costume. I have my they, them costume. It's
every once in a while, I feel like I should just put the wig on for streaming and not even say anything. But it's just so damn hot that I'm like,
I think that's spectacular. So anyways, join us over there. And just as a quick reminder, if you haven't seen the Sex with Hitler stream, here's a quick Sex with Hitler stream. Here's a quick reminder of the 26 seconds of Where are we going? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Or 5? 4? 1? 5. I see 5s. All right. Oh! What? No! 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 Oh my God! Ah! Wasn't expecting that. So use promo code NOPE to get a free month. NOPE. That is exactly what I thought when I saw that was NOPE. Use promo code NOPE, get a free month, and you can watch WrestleMania with me this weekend. You can see that stream. You can see all the side dishes stuff. We have tons of stuff going up regularly for our membership over there. That's the best way to support us, which is great. Also, a spectacular way to support us is what just dropped in our chat. Agent Strawman with 50 gifted memberships in the chat. Look at that. Wow. The rarity. Look at that.
Yeah, I figured we'd mix things up. That's a big one.
That is a big one right there. Those are big ones. Agent Strawman, congratulations. Look at that. The first shaky with the 50 right there. Man, maybe we should just make that the shaky if this is the 50-50 right there. But,
I mean, actually, it's the second shaky of the day. You just haven't seen it yet. But hey, Nate here on Plus dropped a 50, saying you left out Portal 2, Blabs Montez. So you get the shakies. Actually, you should have been like the first one. There you go. Thank you very much, Nate.
Wow. Hey, Nate, thank you so much. That is spectacular.
Yeah.
Agent Strawman, wonderful. We appreciate that.
All the boobies. Thank you, gents.
All of it, which is great. With that said, if you got a gifted membership from Agent Strawman, make sure you say thank you. Consider paying it forward. and just give them all high fives. And if you didn't, sorry. Hopefully we can paint the chat green today and we'll go from there. But that's spectacular. Thank you so much for the wonderful support to start the day, including support from New York Giants fan who says, is it okay? I just got what Blabs needs to cheer up. The joke of the day. Yes, it is. What do horses do when they are ready to go to sleep? They hit the hay! Bada boom!
Not unique enough.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
You
it's,
can get me
it's a
to laugh
smart
at most of
one.
these jokes. It is a smart one, though.
It is, but it's smart, but is it funny?
It's not creative enough.
No, do better. Listen, I feel like we're channeling our Dami Mommy here. We're stepping on you and your dad jokes.
Oh, is that what's going on here? Are you taking the advice that you got from Kirsche yesterday, where you
Told
just
me to be a
shame people?
Dami Mommy and step on them.
You shame them. Hey, listen,
Did you
I
see
loved it.
though? I kind of did that yesterday in the Nerd Duel chat. There was that guy who was like, "Blabs, you hottie, I
saw
love you,"
that.
and I was just like, "Ew," and he's like, "Oh, I love you," and I'm like, "Ew."
Go ahead and write it, Blabs. Not
Heartless Blabs over here.
Yeah.
the dark soul of side scrollers right here. All right.
I
Agent
will
Strawman
crush you.
says, I am excited for more Star Wars Outlaws.
Oh,
It will
no.
be my favorite YouTubers. It'll make my YouTubers so much money. All hail the slot machine. Agent
Star Wars Outlaws
Strawman.
was so bad.
Agent Strawman, thank you so much for the Montez and the 50 gifted memberships. Wow. Rivian says, Stuttering Craig doesn't stutter, Blabbering Collector doesn't blabs, Vara Dark isn't dark. Time for opposite scrollers. Thank you very much.
Race swapped.
Oh, and she can identify as Severus Snape. It's fine now. It's progressive.
True.
Give it up for Blue Jay, Darvids, I Am the Rook, Jack Spicer, and Neo Johns, who have become Plus members over at SidescrollersPlus.com. Let's stinking go. Join today. Let's watch WrestleMania together. It's going to be great. Tamamo says, my mom loves me, Blabs. You trying to convince us or yourself? Listen, shut up. Just shut up, all right? My mom does love me.
I don't know about that.
Well, anyways, you guys doing anything for Easter? I'm going to have a nice meal with my family on Sunday. You guys doing anything fun for Easter this weekend?
No,
I don't know.
I'll
I
be
don't
streaming
think so.
per usual.
Blabs like, Bear over here is like, I'm doing work.
She's
All right?
working, dude. She never takes a day off.
No, I never do.
What a hard worker. It's crazy.
Chad.
And New York Giants fan says, also, I want to add, I wish everyone a good Easter Sunday.
Have a
Hey,
good
thank-
Easter Sunday too.
Hey, New York Giants fan, I love your jokes. I want to let you know that. Don't ever stop. Love them. Thank you very much. All right, we do have our Montez goal today. We are at 5 of 20.
Chad
which
is mean to you. Only your mama loves you.
my mom does love me. We do see all your super chats. We do see all your direct donations. We do see all your Rumble rants, and we will read every single one of them throughout the show. And if we get to our Montez goal, we will now spin a wheel, Vera. We have a Montez wheel, which is created by a wonderful community member. So we'll be spinning that to see which one we actually get to use today. So with that said, we have a lot to go today, and we're glad you're with us. Do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button, because we have a long time to spend together. Whenever you're thinking about leaving, no, give us 5 more minutes. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. Friends, it's time for hard news. Hard news. All right, some quick hits to start the show, as always. As a new limited edition collectible controller has been released for Doom: The Dark Ages. Have you seen this, Vera?
It looks awesome.
It does, doesn't it? God, that looks sweet.
I
Not
don't
gonna
really
lie.
buy limited edition controllers. Everyone was trying to get me to buy the Concord one. I didn't even buy that one. But this looks absolutely sick.
You like the blood splatter all over it? I'm
Yeah,
kind of down with that.
I do.
What about the?
I just
the
really
wrap?
like the colors of it too. Like even without
Yeah.
the blood splatter, I think it would still look really, really nice. It pops.
I agree.
That's good stuff.
It's tempting.
Oh, okay. How much would you be willing to pay for this? $70, $80?
I don't know. I don't really buy limited edition controllers, so I don't think I will buy it, but it does
know-
look nice.
I'll tell you what. You know what I like about it? How there's like custom scribe on the buttons here.
Yeah.
Mhm, that is
Replace
cool.
it. That is neat. I like it a lot. So, anyways, there's a little fun stuff for you guys who are big fans of Doom.
I don't care about the wrap, to be completely honest, because it's literally just a wrap.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
It still looks cool regardless, but I care more about the controller than the console.
agreed.
You know what's interesting is I hear this, at least the way they're promoting it, Doom: The Dark Ages is meant to be kind of like a totally different play style of the two previous Dooms. Have you heard that, Vera?
It didn't look vastly different.
Apparently, it's like one was about run and gun, one was about cover. This one's more about like platforming, I think, is what they said, but I don't quite recall. So
It looks like a really good game, though.
all
Only
the
a couple more
Dooms,
weeks.
you know, all the Dooms are, man. They're pretty damn good. You gonna be playing that on stream?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Of course you are. Of course you are. Love that. Did you hear the news about Netflix and the edit of all things of Passion of the Christ? Did you ever see that movie when it came out?
Yes, but I don't know about a Netflix edit.
Yeah, this is crazy. And I just don't understand why they would take this out. But Netflix has edited, I guess omitted the Old Testament prophecy about Jesus in Isaiah 53 at the beginning of the film, replacing it with a blank screen. So when you turn it on, you don't get this message at the beginning. They just why of all things would they remove this?
Wow, Netflix making useless changes. Who would have thunk it?
Like, why would you even feel the need to make that change? That doesn't make
Right.
any sense at all. So, right. And edited like right around Easter. Does that make sense? Like Easter is this Sunday.
Yeah.
Blabs, did you ever see Passion of the Christ?
I actually have not, but it's not something I want to watch either because I do know how like violent and bloody it can get. So I won't be ever watching it. But I just feel like somebody with like blue hair at Netflix was like, I don't like it, remove it. And then it was just removed, and there it is.
Yeah, it couldn't have been too difficult to remove, so I bet it took someone only a couple of minutes just to slap the Netflix logo over it. But the fact that they did that at all is absurd.
It could also just be a stupid ass mistake, like someone's just a
It
moron.
could be that the
and
Netflix
just-
logo was supposed to be right before.
yeah, and they're
but
spliced wrong like an idiot. But
You think that
I
they'd
also-
catch it.
yeah,
You know,
it should have been fixed.
what was apparently was removed was he was wounded for our transgressions, crushed for our inequities. By his wounds we are healed. Like, I don't understand what is so offensive about this.
Right.
that
I don't
need to
know
be
how
removed.
anyone could be offended by that.
And Blabs, I know that it spoilers. Jesus does go on the cross in the movie, and I understand that's why it is bloody. It is extremely bloody.
Blabs
it is
isn't going to
gory.
be playing Doom.
No.
Probably not. I'd rather let the dinosaurs eat people.
Oh, that's good. Well, anyways, I guess you can watch 99.9% of Passion of the Christ on Netflix right now, which
Guess so.
if you're feeling really godly on Sunday, pop it on. You know, who knows, I guess. All right. What a weird Easter tradition that would be. Like, what are you doing? Oh, we're gonna have some Easter ham, some potatoes, hang out with the family, then watch Passion of the Christ.
There's probably one family out there.
It's the singular family.
Yeah.
Oh, man. God, I think I watched it in theaters when it came out. And then similar to Blabs, I didn't really have a whole lot of interest in going back and watching it again, you know? I was like,
One
okay.
and done. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let us know when the last time you watched Passion of the Christ is. And let us know in the comments. All right, let's move on. Hey, did you hear that Discord is in legal trouble by the state of New Jersey, Vera?
Not shocking.
The state of New Jersey is suing Discord for putting children, quote, at risk.
It's always about protecting the children and for the children. It's just, unfortunately, yeah, I do understand that the internet can be in certain places unsafe for children, though ultimately, I mean, it goes back to the conversation about what are parents doing and what are
Yes.
parents allowing their children to do on the internet and the platforms they're allowing their children to use.
You know what's interesting about this, as somebody who has children who use technology every day for school. At school, they're issued an iPad for their schoolwork, and that iPad has safety features on it and things that they're not allowed to it's all done through the school system, right?
Yeah.
And there's things that you can access and can't access, but there are certainly workarounds for things. And there's like, I'm telling you, at their school, the kids are smart. They know how to work around it. And it's one of those things where when you tell somebody they can't have it, they're going to do their best to find a way to get it, you know?
Absolutely.
What a revelation. iPads in like elementary and middle school and high school.
Yeah.
What a timeline.
Well, I mean, here's the irony of all this. And we'll get back to this story. The irony of all this when it comes to the iPads and stuff is that like their book bags and their backpacks that they bring to school, you would think they would just go to school with an iPad, right? And that's it. But my 7th grader goes to school and she literally has 2 backpacks. She's carrying books and notepads and all sorts, and her iPad. You think it would all be streamlined into one little process, but no, it's insane how much they have to tote around.
It hurts their backs. I remember like having to carry so many textbooks back and forth from home. Like it's not that healthy to be lugging around all this stuff when you're like a tiny tot.
Yeah.
But yeah. I just remember like I graduated high school in 2014 for a reference for people, but like we were not allowed to use phones. Like there was no Wi-Fi for us. It was like behind passwords and everything. And it's just so wild that in 10 years they're like, here's technology, use it. And we were like, what?
Yeah.
Wild.
There's definitely an aspect of it like where technology was introduced, and also like this idea of and we'll get to the insanity of like the culture and the furry stuff, right? The fact that like my 10-year-old said something about furries the other day. And I was what do you know about furries? And she's like, well, the kids at school were talking about furries, you know? And it's like the fact that my 10-year-old, and like, they don't know what that means. They just know it's people dressed in like an ears and a tail and stuff. But
average Twitch mod.
Right. But the fact that, and this happened and people said like, no, it didn't happen. At the local high school where I'm at, there was the kid dressed as the cat with the litter box thing, right? That was the thing at the high school. People were like, no, it didn't happen, right? My thing about this is like, what happened to a dress code? Right. What happened to this idea of like, you're just allowing kids to wear, like, we weren't allowed to wear a hat in high school, let alone ears and a tail, you know?
Yeah.
What's their identity? Fuck off with that shit. You know, it's like, there's a reason why you weren't allowed to wear those things, is because they were a distraction.
Yeah.
Which is what tails and a freaking, anyways, whatever. Back to the story. Sorry if I can do a little crazy on it. Yes, side questing. Anyways, Discord faces claims that it violated state consumer protection laws by overstating that its app and website had features to reduce risk for minors. In reality, the platform allows for sharing videos and messages through private direct messaging that have given sexual predators an opportunity to target children, the state said in a complaint filed Thursday in New Jersey. The company is, quote, misleading and deceiving kids and parents about the safety of their app, and as a result, leaving children vulnerable to harassment, abuse, and sexual exploitation by predators who lurk on their platform.
Unfortunately, no matter what platform we're talking about, if an adult wants to find a way to discuss things or come in contact with a child, they're probably going to find a way. It's like in the late 2000s, early 2010s, like Club Penguin, in Neopets, and all of these, in Webkins, like all of these more child-focused kind of MMOs, right? Unfortunately, they had a problem as well where adults would play them even though it was meant for kids. So unfortunately, this has been a problem with the internet when you have kid-oriented spaces.
Well, the next step of this, which is kind of intriguing, is that Discord is now testing a new face scanning feature to verify your age here, which that's weird.
Yep.
What's preventing somebody from just holding up a phone or holding up a screenshot or whatever to do this? But it says since its initial release in 2015, Discord has been a popular instant messaging app. We all know this. Whether it's in the gaming space or other communities, despite its useful features. However, the app is also share a problem related to underage users. With that in mind, the platform has started rolling out a new age verification feature, which is currently only available in the UK and Australia. Oh, well, that makes a lot of sense right there, huh? Doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, my God. What's wrong with you guys over in the UK and Australia? That's crazy. I mean,
It's
with
because
all,
they missed the Queen of England and Charles sucks, so they all gone insane. That's the only
Yeah.
thing I can
as
think
soon
of.
as the Queen died, that's where
Yeah,
it all
went to shit. She was the glue.
It says Discord described this method as quote, an experiment explaining that it has been designed to help users manage content filter settings and the visibility of sensitive content. So
It's easy for people to rally behind a feature that they're saying is going to protect children because obviously at the end of the day we all want to protect children, but unfortunately this impedes upon everybody and everybody could be affected by this. I mean, as it said, it's just Australia and the UK right now, but
Yep.
if it works the way they want it to down the line, they'll just implement it everywhere.
yeah, 1000%. But there's not a whole lot of there's not a whole lot of irony in that they're rolling it out in the UK and Australia.
Yeah.
Two of the man, it's crazy to think that the UK is now has this authoritarian government where, man, and I know that we had a guy come in the other day. He's like, look, it's not as bad as everybody says it is, and I totally understand that. The perception from the outside, and you only see clips on social media and you see headlines and stuff. I totally get it because people, it's like the same people who watch the news in the United States and they're like, is the place just burning down? It's like, no, it's not burning down at all. It's totally fine and everything's great. But I don't know. It's just, you see the headline after headline after headline. You're like, oh. So anyways, if you live in the UK, make sure you scan your face there to make sure they know that you're of legal age. So yeah, I'm sure that'll stop a lot of people.
Oh yeah, surely.
Yeah. Armis says, got here a bit late, but hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. Craig, I've never watched wrestling, so excited for the stream, which is the WrestleMania watch party this weekend. Says Blabs, I don't know what happened, but my condolences. Hope you feel better. Vera, any thoughts on the new RuneScape game that came out?
I saw it. They shadow dropped it. I was thinking about streaming it this weekend because it does look pretty good, but I don't like when companies shadow drop things, especially when there's so many other games to play and get through, but it does look really fun.
What do you think about the idea of Oblivion being shadow dropped on Monday?
I know that that's what all the rumors are saying. I just can't believe that Microsoft and Bethesda would shadow drop something as big as Oblivion, remake, remaster, reboot, anything having to do with Oblivion. Like, I know that's what the rumors are saying. It's hard to believe, though, because, yes, anything Elder Scrolls is going to get a lot of attention and, make a lot of money. But you'd think that they'd want a little bit of hype behind it. I don't know. If it comes out, I'll be playing it. That's all I know.
I wonder if the leaks were like a planned marketing thing. Oh, look, they put these out there, and people get pretty crafty with that stuff.
It's like the Minecraft movie. Oh, suddenly the unedited entire movie leaks. Like, I would understand a 10 or a 15-minute clip here or there, but the entire thing, that's a little bit suspicious to me.
Right. Give it up for Ready to Rumble 79 and Luffy Fiasco for becoming Plus members over at SidescrollersPlus.com. Thank you guys very much for opening that tab, heading over to SidescrollersPlus.com and joining us. Great. John says, I'll give it a shot. Blabs, why do people hate nosy peppers? Because they get jalapeno business. Let's go. You guys got to do better. Blabs is the dark soul today.
Yeah. It's Mistress Blabs. Get it right.
Jesus Christ. Hey, it's Nate for $21. Wow. Says, as a resident of New Jersey, I just want everyone to know that New Jersey does indeed suck. Also, Montez. Let's go, Nate. Thank you so much. Appreciate that greatly. That is outstanding. That's great. Jag says, every week, more school teachers get exposed as PDF files and or Munchausen style. Munchausen? Okay. Style groomers. So Discord doesn't blip on the radar. Poachers in the reserves. Thanks, Jag. Appreciate that. Anthony says, Blabs is sad about her trans hat not having the same rights.
Listen, you leave my Stitch bucket hat alone. I was actually going to wear it today, but it didn't match the shirt, and I didn't want to clash. Otherwise, I would have worn it.
Fashion icon.
Well, I mean, it was a different shade of pink. It just really did not look good.
Well, Blabs, with all due respect, oftentimes with trans hats, the
Where'd he go? You shut up. My Stitch hat is lovely, and it's a lovely bucket hat, and I'm bringing it back, okay? You're just not a trendsetter, Craig.
Speak your truth, Blabs.
It's my truth, and it's the truth at the same time.
Well, I was just going to say that oftentimes the top of the hat doesn't match the bottom of the hat. It identifies as something else other than a hat, Blabs. It's all right. Mercenary
And
says,
what do you identify as today?
says, wait, that thumbnail. Is Blabs fired for another nasty and atrocious pick of today in gaming history? You know, we didn't even get to that, Vera, and I'm sorry. What
Get to
games?
what?
Your games that you have.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about it.
Do you
Well,
have
I have
games?
like Super Metroid. I couldn't find it. And obviously, I have a lot of the games like Portal 2 and Tabletop Simulator on PC, but I do have the Arc the Lad collection.
Ooh, look at that.
Yep. I love it.
That's what
I
got
know.
right there.
I was so angry. I couldn't find mine. I was like, I know you're around
Look-
here somewhere, you
Look
little
at
rat.
that son of a gun.
so
Full box.
beautiful.
It is. It's beautiful. Oh,
Ah.
look at it. Anyway,
Wow.
sorry.
Yeah, well, I got a chocolate bunny.
How's that feel,
Shithead.
Blabs? How's that feel?
He was waiting. He knew I was going to say something. He's like, boop.
Yeah.
Marius came in and says Microsoft needs a W, and I think that shadow dropping the Oblivion remaster will get them a lot of positive attention.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that an Oblivion remaster will end up getting, making a lot of money very quickly, getting them a lot of attention very quickly. It's just bizarre to me that apparently they're going to shadow drop it.
Marmalin says, so you're saying you hung up your trans hat? It really did. Oh my God. All right. Thank you, Marmalin. Listen, you can't do stats here. That's statistics are racist and homophobic and transphobic. Tyler says, Vera, tell Craig and Blabs the amazing quote story and quote gameplay of Lost Tapes.
I
Bloom and
can't.
Rage.
I don't have it in me to go through it. You have these 4 girls, they're all lesbians. They become witches. They sing a lot. The main
So
villain's
it's Agatha all along?
yep, and the acolyte, and the main villain is a white man, and one of them dies of cringe.
Huh.
Yeah, it's great.
I feel like Craig got it triggered a little bit towards the end of there. Dies from cringe.
Dies of cringe. Huh?
Foreshadowing.
Tell me
Yeah.
more.
Well, she has cancer, but she just kind of gives up on her life after she makes these friends. So I think she's just sick of her friends.
Oh, it's good. It's good. All right. I was talking about how I want to make some video games, and I want to make some like meme games. And I've been talking with a few developers about this, like really fast games you can turn out in like a couple days, like use generic pre-bought assets that are developed really fast, and they're not meant to be super quality. Right. Games like that are just super silly and fun. And maybe that's maybe we could do like White Guilt Simulator. And I think those are like games like that would be really fun. I have some ideas written down here, including Blabs cleaning service.
Yeah.
Blabs, it just says Blabs balls game.
Oh,
Wow.
monkey balls.
Well, Blabs loves balls. We know that. So it's good.
Most women do.
Yeah, it's funny because you mentioned that. No, there's a line in the trip to Buc-ee's, the Buc-ee's video, where it's going to be available over on Plus, where we're talking about roasted nuts, and I'm like, so you like nuts, Blab? And you look at the camera and you're like,
I don't remember that. That's funny.
that's pretty good. Anyways,
Yeah, I just actually upload the video for Buc-ee's over on Plus, and it's actually going to premiere in a couple of weeks. Let's see. I'm checking my schedule. When are we having it? May 11th, guys. So in a couple of
there
weeks.
you go. Twisted Trading came out at the 10. Says, Craig, does our Real Game Awards membership auto renew, or do we have to get another membership each year? It does auto renew. It is a membership. You are in the membership every year. So yeah, it's all done for you. Marius says, wow, all of them are lesbians? How diverse.
I know, right? Insane.
There you go. All right, let's talk about another extremely diverse IP here, Star Wars. All right. There's apparently the Star Wars celebration just happened. And
Yeah, so it's happening in Japan this year.
oh,
So
okay.
all the announcements are happening ahead of time because it's Japanese time zones. I think it's actually specifically in Tokyo, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, they've done a whole bunch of announcements. I won't get to all the stupid movies and shows that they've announced. We'll stick to the TV. Yeah, I mean the gaming. So Ryan Gosling is going to be in the new Star Wars Starfighter movie. But the thing is, that was a game originally.
Well, this is entirely new because his movie is going to be set 5 years after the Rise of Skywalker, and it's supposed to be all new characters set in a time period that hasn't been explored on screen yet. And I like Ryan Gosling, so like I have a little bit of excitement for it, I suppose, but any real excitement I would get from him being in a movie or working on a movie is just instantly killed by the fact that it's still modern day Disney Star Wars.
Yep, it's literally 5 years after Episode 9, guys. So don't have your hopes up. The ironic thing, though, is if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be released literally on my birthday 2 years from now. So
wow. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to me in 2 years. Yeah.
Good for you, Blabs. Proud of you for living.
Wasn't this the movie that Patty Jenkins was supposed to be?
I think so, or at least some remnant of it.
Right,
Like they
it was
probably
supposed to be like Starfighter.
Yeah, but that one was supposed to be during like the original trilogy era, wasn't it?
Oh, was it?
I can't remember anymore.
I don't
because
remember.
All I remember is her walking to like a ship with looking like a penguin with her ass on fire because she was just waddling in the orange suit, like, doot, 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 doot. Like, are you okay? Do you need like preparation H? I don't know, but yeah, it didn't look good, and then they scrapped it, and she got fired. She
Rogue
left,
Squadron.
whatever it was.
That was the movie she was supposed to be doing.
Yeah, but I'm assuming like they took some bits of that and made it into a whole new movie. The same.
I'll never forgive Dumb and Dumber for abandoning Game of Thrones to do Star Wars movies that they never ended up doing.
Yeah. Wait. Can you say it one more time? You'll never forget what?
Dumb and Dumber. David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, the directors.
Not actually Dumb and Dumber.
I was like, what do you got against?
They were supposed to be doing Star Wars movies, and that's why they wanted to rush the end of Game of Thrones, and then they didn't end up doing it. Idiots.
So instead, we got Dumb and Dumber 2.
Yeah.
Or the sequel, whatever it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's not actually Dumb and Dumber.
No.
Dumb and Dumber.
I think he's so confused. You actually confused him, Vara. Like you actually did.
I have no idea what's going on right now.
The Game of Thrones directors.
Their names are David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, so it's D and D.
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber.
It has nothing to do with actual Dumb and Dumber.
Woman-splained.
I don't even know what's happening right
now. Okay.
I understand you. It's fine. I guess.
Well, I'm glad someone does.
I don't even do
Jesus, Craig. Keep
up,
old man.
Pivot. Yeah, here we go. Sorry, I zoned out. You know a lot about that, Blabs. It's okay. Zoning out during the show.
It's fair.
All right, so here it is right here. We got the Star Wars Starfighter and Avengers Secret Wars. We also have another Disney film on the way, which is Toy Story 5.
Dude, that sucks. That blows, bro.
Well, let's get to it. As Tim Allen says, that Toy Story 5 will be focused a lot on Jessie.
I mean, I like Jessie, but why do we need a Toy Story movie focused on Jessie?
We didn't even need a fourth one, you know?
We don't.
Mm-mm.
We don't need a fifth or a sixth or a seventh or a spin-off. We don't need any more.
Well, I think that 4 was definitely it was fine. It was an okay movie. It was not necessary to be made for sure. I thought that 3 was like the perfect ending to it. They passed it on to the new kid, and like that's it. But I think that announcing Toy Story 5 was a result of them kind of seeing the writing on the wall and be like, we need a hit. We need it now. And we're going to announce Toy Story 5 and people will be happy about it.
I mean, the last time they tried this was Buzz Lightyear. We saw that was what, $200 million budget and only made like 250 million maybe. Mm-hmm. So they didn't even get close to making money on that.
Says, Alan gave an update on the production of Toy Story 5, which will mark the first film in the as a series. It's up to the 2019's bittersweet Toy Story 4, which served as a lonely epilogue to the original story, or lovely as opposed to lonely. Says, I can tell you that it's a lot about Jessie. Tom Hanks and Woody and I do realign. And there's an unbelievable opening scene with Buzz Lightyear's years. I can give you that, but I can't give you much more. So yes, Woody and Buzz are back together again.
No
So-
thanks.
Oh, you're not into this idea, huh?
Absolutely not. I'm not even a big Toy Story fan in the first place, to be completely honest with you. But even I'm like, bro, 4 not needed. 3 wasn't really all that needed. It was a nice little closure, honestly. Yeah, no, hard nose. Nope.
So Toy Story 5 is supposed to come out in June of 2026. So it's meant to be a summer blockbuster.
Yeah.
This is, you know what's crazy about this? Toy Story was released in 1995.
Yes.
It'll be 31 years between the first and the fifth.
It came out before I was born. The first one.
Yep.
Is that weird to you? Like that this has been going on for this long, Blabs? And
Weird that a company is milking a franchise for all that it's worth.
What is this, Doctor Who? Yeah.
do you like what happens when Tim Allen dies or Tom Hanks dies? Because
That's when AI comes in and
That's when
uses
they
their
bring
likeness.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's when they bring AI in.
Or they'll bring in
Gonna
the
happen?
really good voice actors who are perfect for impersonating other actors. Like, for example, James Arnold Taylor, phenomenal voice actor. He can actually do really good impressions of like Johnny Depp and all these other actors. It's like, well, someone else can do that too for other voice actors, and they're half the price of the original actor.
But why bring in a real living breathing actor when they could just have technology do
Yeah,
it and not
that's
have to
even
pay
cheaper.
anybody?
Yeah,
Yeah.
super cheap.
all right. Well,
But you did skip over our fascinating Star Wars Outlaws news.
okay, go ahead, fire away. What do we got?
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Vara, would you like to do this one?
No.
Right. So TLDR last night in Star Wars Celebration Day 1, they announced that Star Wars Outlaws, you know, that flop of the Ubisoft game, is going to have a part 2. And it's a second story pack releasing May 15th. So it actually was leaked the other day that this was going to be happening. But they were saying like sometime in June, if I'm not mistaken. So it's actually happening earlier than the leaks were stating. That's
Yeah.
it. Shout out. More content for Ubisoft. Woohoo!
Wow, Ubisoft actually has something that I guess they can say that they've kept alive because I mean, Skull and Bones, they just had released or announced the big update for like land combat, and then of course we know like X Defiant is dead. No one's talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows anymore, but I couldn't even finish Star Wars Outlaws. My game, it was broken, and part of the main quest I couldn't progress because it was glitched, and so I've never gotten a chance to finish the game because it's broken. So how am I supposed to buy or support a story pack when I can't even finish the base game?
All right, let's
It
play the
was-
game.
I'm
Let's play the
curious
Price
to
is
see
Right
how much
game.
This is gonna be.
The Price is Right game. Here we go. Star Wars Outlaws. How many people are currently playing that game on Steam right now?
What's the all-time peak?
3,000. This is kind of shocking. 3,397.
120.
Blabs.
You know what? Probably like 200.
Currently, right now, there is a. By the way, this number is going to blow you out the water. 650 people playing.
Hey,
Holy Ubisoft saved!
Good for
There we go.
them.
Yep.
3,000 all-time peak on Steam.
Yeah,
It's
that's the most shocking thing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
honestly expected more. I know it was available on Ubisoft as well, and the consoles, but I really did expect more from that. I kept saying that I think this game was actually going to do well
Yeah.
because of the IP.
Well, right. The IP is big. Plus, they had, over the past couple of years, Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor, which sold a combined, for both of them, 15 million copies or upwards
First
of
one
that.
was
So,
okay.
so Star Wars games have been getting quite a lot of attention. And I think that they could have kind of ridden that hype, but they failed to create a product that resonated with customers.
Yeah. Fun fact, I was watching a little bit of the live stream last night, and it was just people spamming saying, give us Battlefront 3, give us Battlefront 3. And I was like, yeah, I'm part of you guys. I get you. But I wanted to share from that article, Craig, because I was curious about the pricing. So, to access Star Wars Outlaws, a Pirate's Fortune players must complete the main storyline in the base game. This second story pack will be automatically accessible and free for Star Wars Outlaws Season Pass owners, or available as a separate purchase. Yeah, I don't actually see what the separate purchase pricing is unless we go to the website, and I'm wondering if it says anything for us. No, it doesn't. Shout out. Awesome.
I How do y'all feel about the idea that you have to finish a game in order to access DLC?
Well, it depends if it affects the main storyline.
Well, right,
or
it
not.
depends on where it is as well, because like in Elden Ring, you can do Shadow of the Erdtree once you've hit a certain boss fight, so you don't have to finish the game if you don't want to first. So it just depends on where it is story-wise.
I'm trying to see like what the pricing is for just this, and I just can't find it anywhere. I see the pricing for like being a season pass holder and everything.
I'd assume it's going to be like $20.
Maybe, I guess. I'm going to assume it's probably like $20 because like the season pass, Ubisoft Plus Ultimate Edition is $17.99 a month. So,
Yeah.
oh, it's the new improved Craig. It's LGBT Craig.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
But like,
Okay.
I'm kind of surprised that they don't have it like flat out. Here's the pricing for you. Like, it's just not clear, which is
It's very
surprise,
Nintendo of them.
surprise, Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very Nintendo of them hiding pricing like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Twisted Trading says Ubisoft just loves to keep stepping on the rake and getting smacked in the face over and over again. Right. Thank you so much, Twisted Trading. Harold says Andy's mom had toys named Buzz and Woody. Don't make it weird. Mercenary says they're already using AI for Tom Hanks already. Mr. Melancholy says Star Wars from a cultural event to the bargain bin and finally into a landfill. The House of Rodents ruined it the second they touched it.
It's
Mercenary
funny
says,
though, because I also side note talking about responding to that super chat. Sigourney Weaver is signed on to join the Mandalorian. I'm like, how?
Yeah, there was a
much-
leaked image.
Well, no,
of her
she was
on
actually
set,
at Star Wars
right?
Celebration Japan. She was
Yeah.
actually there as like part of the PR, and it's like, how much did they pay to do this, girl? Because like,
Yeah.
you're on a sinking ship.
Mercenary says, Craig, I even got the Dumb and Dumber reference.
If Mercenary got it, come
Yeah.
on, Craig.
Diz says, Blabs, watch a documentary about pickle making. It was jarring.
I like that one. That's good.
Who else agrees? Montez, let's go. We got more. Mike says, what do you call a free sandwich? A gifted sub. Hey, bada boom.
I like the pickle one better.
Hey, you can't-
Yeah.
Listen, I'm sorry, Mike. You don't joke about sandwiches around Blabs. I'm sorry.
You really don't? I had a phenomenal sandwich today.
Of course you did. Maria says Star Wars is like the cool kid in high school who is oblivious to the fact that high school was 20 years ago.
Oh my God, can we talk about that for 2 seconds? Have you noticed
Yeah.
that like people who we went to high school with that were so cool and so popular and they were like, the football stud and the star and the state champions or whatever it was, and their profile picture's still the same shit like 10 years later and they still have that in their bio like 10 years later. It's like, did you
Right.
peak in high school, bro? Like, come on, there's more to life than high school. It's like, wow.
Yes, the answer is yes. They peaked in high school.
Yikes.
Absolutely. Yeah, 1000%. And I think we all know people like that.
We're all thinking about them in our heads like, hey, you.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, Jeremy, I see you. There you go. Right. Yeah. Oh man. Vera, do you know anybody who peaked in high school?
Well, since I was homeschooled and I was the only one in my high school, probably just me.
Vera both peaked and hit the bottom of the barrel in high school,
Yeah.
which is that's awesome. Look at this. Grim Reaper is like, please, 4 touchdowns in 1 game. Let's go. Hey, way to go, Grim Reaper. Congratulations. Raptor says, Vera, I think that's the update that UB Crap put out and had everyone restart the game because it was broken at that part. Montez.
Maybe I'll have to boot it back up because I had a couple of weeks later and it still wasn't fixed, but maybe now miraculously it is. But I still don't think you guys want me to stream the ending of that game because it was so bad. So there is that.
I think that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, let's talk about peaking in high school. Let's talk about Molly Ringwald and the Breakfast Club. There was a Breakfast Club reunion where they got together, and look at that. That's C2E2. They got everybody together, which is a convention. They see the people from the past. Obviously, there's Emilio Estevez. Emilio, who's probably the most successful out of all of them, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah. And then you can see Emilio, which Gordon Bombay Mighty Ducks represent. They're all right there. returning to the classroom here, which brought up a really interesting discussion when Molly Ringwald was asked about the Breakfast Club.
What happened to Molly's face? Can I just wonder that? Like, she looks completely different.
Aging and then plastic surgery.
Like, what happened to her chin, man?
Yeah.
I think that's exactly what happened. She aged, said no, and then she said, plastic surgery, please.
Damn, shame.
Yeah. Well, it brought up an interesting discussion as Molly Ringwald called the Breakfast Club, quote, very white, and that it doesn't represent our world today here.
Desperate for attention. Just grasping at anything that she can say so she might be relevant in Hollywood again. And she's a good actress, don't get me wrong. I'm not completely hating on her, but she's the type of actress that hasn't gotten the attention she feels she deserves, so now she feels like she has to go on politically driven rants on social media in order to hopefully get a role or two.
I bet she lives in a very white gated community.
Probably.
I'm just going to throw it out there, you know. I saw this response to this, and someone said, "Yeah, it's a mystery why they would be very white." When you look at the racial demographics of the United States in the 80s, and you see that it was 83% white, it's like, well, yeah, your movie was made in the 80s, so it makes a little bit of sense. And
also,
as Cam,
it's still relevant to today. Let's say you lived in the middle of nowhere in like Tennessee or Iowa, Ohio. What's the demographics? It's majority white. So when you say that, it's kind of a lie.
Well, here's the thing:
Exactly.
does it even matter? Because
because anyone can relate to events that happened in high school. High school is universal unless you have Vara. But
Yeah. True and
sorry,
real.
but it's true. But like I don't know. I think it's very stupid. She's kind of a has-been in my opinion. She was this amazing, famous teenager in the 80s, and then she grew up, and like I guess her acting skills or whatever it was just wasn't what they wanted in modern day Hollywood, and she was just cast aside. So she's just trying to be as relevant as possible and get all the buzzwords in 5 seconds.
Well, so John says, to be fair, Ringwald bailed from Hollyweird because creeps felt her up on set.
Is that what happened?
If that's the case, that is a good reason to leave. Yes, 1,000%.
That is a good reason to leave.
Yes, 1,000%.
But then why is she giving social commentary today?
And not about what happened there and just blaming the whiteys.
I mean, but like I said, it doesn't even matter. And Cam says a movie that came out 40 years ago doesn't represent how the world looks in 2025. Yes, shocking revelation here.
Right.
Adrian Curry, the winner of America's Next Top Model, said, "I loved Fresh Prince, Martin, and Family Matters. Should they all be shamed of their shows because they weren't diverse enough? No, Hollywood, just stop talking." Yes, like that's the thing that people don't understand. All those shows, Fresh Prince, Family Matters, Martin, The Cosby Show, like strong families, black families, it didn't matter. Like people just watched TV and it didn't matter about identity. Like, and should we go back and readjust Family Matters because it wasn't diverse enough? It's like, fuck off, you know?
Yeah, that would be ridiculous.
And if it's true that she was like being assaulted on sets and all that, why isn't she speaking about that now when she left the Holly weird stuff, right?
Right.
The whole Me Too movement opened a huge door for her to actually talk about this stuff, and she's not doing it. If it's true, it's like,
Right.
Well, maybe she did, and maybe we just missed it during that time. So,
sure.
You know, I just wanted to point out that in an effort to combat this, the whole idea of Breakfast Club being very white, it is exciting to know that Molly Ringwald will be donating all residuals from the Breakfast Club to underprivileged minority youth. Oh,
to add to this conversation, she said in 2017 that she was assaulted when she was 14. So 25, 30 years earlier.
Damn.
It's pretty messed up, man. Pretty messed up. And we know that Hollywood has had some bad effects on a lot of people.
Look at Amanda Bynes.
Bingo. We're looking at you, Amanda Bynes.
Man, it's tragic.
God. So sad. Also tragic is Blabs' mood today. And you guys tuning in wondering what the thumbnail was about. We're about to get to that in just a second. But first, Jason says, I decided to nope out of the new Star Wars content after The Acolyte. They lost me as a fan. I canceled my subscription after that. Also, Let's Friday. Let's Montez. Let's go, Jason. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Bike Short says, I peaked in high school. Sorry to hear that. It's not too late. It's not too late, buddy. It's not too late.
I feel like there was an innuendo there for his usual
I get my
super
high
chat.
school experience from video games.
Yeah. Nice. Well, the good thing is that you were never bullied in high school unless your mom was really pissed at you.
Or you were bullying
that's
yourself.
True, yeah.
Like,
A little bit of self-hatred goes a long way.
you know that movie, like, was it the internship, or like the Google internship? He's like plucking out his eyebrows because he's self-harming.
I love the idea of your mom or your dad or whoever, like, just being a total dick to you. Like, that you got to get the full high school experience, honey. And Marius came in and says, the Breakfast Club was set in a fictional school situated in a fictional suburb of Illinois in the 80s. Like it or not, it was representation of most suburbs in the 80s. Correct, Marius. Thank you very much. Commodore fans, I'm fighting a sinus cold today and just saw on X a pair of Switch 2 Joy-Cons are going to cost $95. I hope alternatives come out fast.
Yep.
We'll get to that in just a second. Oh, one time at Bandcamp says I peaked in junior high. Sorry to hear that. There's still time. There's still time. Okay, let's get to why Blabs DM'd me this morning, letting me know that I, and only me.
Well, because I saw in the document.
I know.
So you made me mad.
I know. Listen, I ruined her day.
My morning, yes. I was pretty pissed.
And I'm sorry about this, Blabs.
Mm-hmm.
That unfortunately, one other, not even a franchise, one other IP is coming back to be destroyed here, as Alicia Silverstone is set to reprise her role as Cher Horowitz in a Clueless sequel.
Ugh.
What a
series for
stupid
Peacock.
move. This shit is
Oh my
fucking
God.
dumb.
See?
This shit is fucking dumb. Why do we have to remake and reboot everything? Can't anything just be sacred anymore?
Oh, I've never heard the guttural hate out of your voice
So
like I just
stupid.
heard. Vara is pissed. You girls go.
You may go first.
I just think it's dumb. There's so many like story elements and then lines of dialogue that would be deemed too unpolitically correct for today's standards. So we're not going to get any of like the funny or the sexual jokes or innuendos. And then Brittany Murphy is gone. So we're not going to get the full cast back together.
Yeah, I actually agree with you a lot. I even put that on Twitter saying, like, she's not even here anymore. How can you do this when like one of the main chicks is dead or possibly murdered?
It's just not going to feel as wholesome as if you had the whole cast back together doing a movie. And then, is she going to be the lead, or is she just going to be like the mom of the next character?
And also, the chick who plays Dion, Stacey Dash, hasn't she gone a little bit too conservative for Hollywood standard?
Yes.
So, like, is she going to be part of this? Because, like, she's MAGA, is she not?
I mean,
like,
Alicia Silverstone she's someone who has been paid to do, democratic advertisements in the past. So we're talking about people on two completely different political spectrums, which in theory shouldn't be a problem because you're going to a job to work and you should be able to be cordial with each other. But we know how actors in Hollywood are.
And, like, this movie, to me, this is one of my favorite movies. This is one of the movies you put on when you're really upset. Like, I love this movie. Paul Rudd, gorgeous specimen of a man when he was younger. It's just, like, this is such a feel-good movie. And it's, like, it's a spin-off of, like, what's her face's name? The old books. I can't remember. I'm blanking on her. Whatever. I'm forgetting the names of the books. Like, Little Women and all those ones, right?
Yeah.
It's a spin-off of those
like Jane
movies.
Austen?
Yes, thank you, Jane Austen. It's a spin-off of that. And, like, they actually made a TV show of Clueless back in the 90s, and some of the cast members came back, but a majority of them were replaced, and it didn't do well. So, like, already you have your example of something that did not do well. Why are you trying to make a sequel? And you're only apparently gonna bring back Alicia, one actor, that's it, because one's dead, and apparently one you can't work with because politics. It's like, what about Paul Rudd? Is he gonna come back? If she doesn't end up marrying Paul Rudd Fans are gonna be pissed.
Well, right, exactly. And another major problem that I have is that, again, it's like the messaging. Like, is she just going to say, you're a strong, independent woman and you can do what you want? Is there going to be like a hard feminist message pushed in it? Because in the original, it was all about like sex and sexuality. And I just don't think that the way that it was portrayed previously could be portrayed again that way in modern day, knowing Hollywood.
What the fuck's this article, Craig?
Six not so great things I noticed while watching Clueless as an adult. Now this is
for fuck's sakes.
In 2020 here.
Oh.
The digs at virginity and constant focus on sex, right?
That's
And
half the point of the movie.
keep in mind that's literally
Yeah.
literally the first line on the poster. The first word is sex. So we have that. We have Cher's focus on food and body image.
Wait,
right?
she's literally working out to be thin and beautiful and keep healthy. Oh my god, this was written by a blue-haired land whale living in a basement with cats.
Why isn't Cher 350 pounds?
What is this article? Who the fuck is Chrissy Bobbitt?
We're gonna find out. I'll find out.
Chrissy Bobbitt
retard.
probably deleted
That's
Twitter
for
and went to
sure.
Blue Sky in the last 5
Probably.
years.
The classically misguided makeover. That's right. That's
They
right.
were literally
because-
just helping a friend out, and she loved her new look
And it's
everything.
a funny trope. It's like what happened
Yeah.
in the Princess Diaries. The same thing happened. Of
Uh-huh.
course, Anne Hathaway is gorgeous. Of course, Brittany Murphy was gorgeous, but it's just a point to their character. And I don't know, if you're offended by this, maybe you're just a ugly fat fuck who just can't relate to these characters, so you have to get offended by them every 5 minutes.
Let
This
them
is
know,
so
Vera.
stupid. Like I said, this is a spin-off of a classics,
Right.
like Jane Austen classics. I think
We
this one is a
don't need
specific
any
spin-off of
more
Emma.
spin-offs and remakes and reboots.
Like, because this is already a spin, a twist.
Yeah.
It's based off of Emma, so like it's right there. Oh, this is why I was mad at Craig this morning, guys, because I didn't want to see the news this morning. I was like, for fuck's sakes, I saw all the stupid Star Wars news last night. I had a massive headache this morning when I woke up. I didn't need this.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm depressed.
I'm sorry that this took you over to the next step of
It
of
did,
depression
man.
during the
It
weekend.
did.
It's depressing.
So
It
sad.
is. Because it really
It's
is
like-
one of my favorite
It's like
comfort
Mean
movies.
Girls and how they just rebooted Mean Girls when it was
Oh,
they
yeah.
absolutely didn't need to, and it
Musical.
had the cringiest musical numbers and some of the worst just TikTok level actors I've seen.
Well, Blabs, I hope,
Everything I like turns to shit.
And they're
right.
doing Princess Diaries 3. I don't even know what that's
Oh
going
my
to be.
god, I
We've
hate
talked
that.
about this.
I hate that. Where's Chris Pine?
Right, is he going to come
Ah.
back? Because if she didn't end up marrying him or he's not like around, then there's absolutely no point to
The
it.
movie 2 is pointless. It does not make any sense. It's completely like negates everything in movie 2.
What if it's like she married him and he died tragically 2 years
that's
later?
apparently what happened in Bridget Jones's Diaries. Colin
Yeah.
Firth, the character, dies in the last Bridget Jones diary. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Why can't we have nice things?
okay.
Well, it's like what they
Okay,
did with
okay.
Bridgerton recently.
Okay,
They had to
okay.
get rid of Sean Page or whatever because he wanted
Get
to
off
make
my
D&D
lawn.
movies.
Everyone good?
No.
I will say this, Vera. I've never heard you get so violent in such
It's
a short amount of
Clueless.
time.
Nah.
She was so mad.
It's stupid.
What if they do a good job of this and they're like, listen,
I need
share.
a drink.
When have you ever known Hollywood to reboot and then it ends up being good? Maybe like 1 in every 100 tries it ends
You
up
are
being
correct.
decent.
Yeah, you are correct. The first couple seasons of Cobra Kai were pretty good, but that's about it. So.
Yeah.
Get off my goddamn lawn.
Blabs has gone. She has finally made it. She has become a middle-aged woman.
I am an old geezer.
Just upset at everything being ruined from her childhood. I'm sorry, Blabs.
Oh, I see someone saying it in chat. Try mentioning Wheel of Time to her. Don't even get me started on Wheel of Time and Rings of Power. We're gonna. Be
I feel
here
like you and
all
Dispo
day.
should just sit down and yell
Oh
about
my
Wheel of Time.
god! I'm so fucking triggered. I have all the books up there. They're amazing.
I've actually
Amazon
never read them. Should I?
needs to stop. Yes, you should.
Okay.
Okay. Armis came in with a 10. It just says, ha 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 ha. And Armis is literally just laughing at you. I'm sorry.
Deserved.
All right. let's move on to something a little more manly, a little more testosterone, a little less
How's it
estrogen.
been going for you, Craig, this week? It's been a lot of fem talk, huh?
There has been a lot of estrogen just flying through the show, especially the last
Just Craig
few
on
days.
along for the ride.
Yep.
It's side bitches and Craig.
It's we're long past side scroll hers and just going on to side scroll bitches. That's right. All right. Let's talk about some wrestling. As this weekend, WrestleMania happens. It's a big deal. Once again, I want to encourage you guys to, you guys can come watch the show with me over at Side Scrollers Plus. You can watch it with me for free. You don't have to you just make a free account over at Side Scrollers Plus and join me. We're going to be watching it over there. Looking forward to that. WrestleMania on Saturday and Sunday. Going to be starting around 6 o'clock Central Time. I'm not going to be watching all the NXT stuff and the pre-show. We're just pretty much going to watch the main show. So anyways, we'd love for you guys to join me over there. And it's going to be super fun. About 4 hours each day. But one of the top performers in WWE for the past decade has been this guy named Roman Reigns. Blabs, do you know who Roman Reigns is?
Huh?
Oh, is that you? Is that you doing the one?
Yeah, pretty good, huh?
I thought you were going boop. I thought that's what you're doing.
No, that's me doing the one.
I miss the
I know
Shield.
something. It's not Cody Rhodes.
No, it's
I
not.
miss the Shield.
Yeah, well, he was a member of the Shield. Yeah. This is Roman Reigns right here. And during all the publicity leading up to this, they have all the wrestlers out. They got everybody talking to all the media, getting people hyped about WrestleMania. Well, he came out and had the audacity here in an interview with Vanity Fair. WrestleOps tweeted this out. Says, Roman Reigns says that he supports Donald Trump, is a registered Democrat, but considers himself a centrist. One person was given us, this is a quote from Roman Reigns, says, one person was giving us information. One person was answering questions. So it wasn't that hard when asked what if that means that he backed Trump. Reigns paused for a few seconds. I support our president. Trump is one of those guys where he's got a vast history and a huge background. He's been in entertainment. He's been in big business, politics. At this point, I'm supporting a bright future for our country, positive and competent leadership. For us to be what we're supposed to be a world leader and carry that respect and do what a world power like us should be doing. Reigns makes it clear that he doesn't support everything he does. It's like he needs it. It's like he needs that adversary. He needs that opposition to bounce off of. He needs that competitive motivation or something. So I don't know if y'all know anything about the internet wrestling community, but the internet wrestling community is batshit crazy. Mm-hmm. Like the gaming community as a whole is super duper lib, super duper lefty, but the IWC may be the most insane of them all. So the reaction to this has been very tame, right? It has gone crazy for sure. So you can see the responses down to this tweet where people are like, and this is 100% right. The IWC, when they find out someone who has a different life than them doesn't agree with everything that they think, right? There's a lot of this going on. Where people are really upset at what's going on with Roman Reigns and his support of this. Which, if you recall, Vara, you said you watch wrestling. You're into wrestling. You going to be watching WrestleMania this weekend?
I haven't watched a WrestleMania in full since Undertaker and Brock Lesnar because I was so extremely triggered and bothered, right. And I couldn't believe that they did that. I've seen clips though, and I do occasionally watch wrestling still, but I don't have any active plans to watch WrestleMania. I'll probably just watch the highlights. You
can tune in and watch for free with me. It'll be great.
True.
So Hulk Hogan, he appeared at the Donald Trump whatever it was that happened by inauguration and all that stuff, whatever the Republican National Convention, and Hulk Hogan came out, and then he was like booed viciously when he came out for a WWE appearance. And some people say, well, it has nothing to do with his politics. It has to do with him being a piece of crap, blah, 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 blah. But we don't really know. But I do know that the internet wrestling community is pretty livid at this, and I've seen videos of people talking about this like, I can't believe that Roman Reigns would say this. And this guy pointed it out. He's like, look, you mean to tell me that Roman Reigns, a married Christian man with 5 kids, doesn't support progressive degeneracy and the destruction of the nuclear family? Right? And then people would respond with, I better post a photo of CM Punk supporting trans 3-year-olds to cope with how angry I am. And that's the thing that we're seeing here is people are posting in response to this of like, well, what about CM Punk? CM Punk does this, and he has, the resist and the free Palestine stuff, and it's amazing to see. So
he's very Pedro Pascal coded. They would love to hang out with each other, I'm sure.
Yes, we see this over here with Seth Rollins over here. Meanwhile, Seth and Punk, I think I know who I don't want to win, and over here. And here's the Seth Rollins who he's competing against, or I guess, quote unquote, competing against. And here's CM Punk here, which is, like, it's fascinating to kind of see the response to this online. And like this person over here is this, and he's raising black female children. Well, I would ask Reload on 3, what exactly is a female?
Right.
And I don't know if we could actually get that response from them.
Oh, of course not.
So it's just always fascinating to kind of see the response to that. And I was really intrigued by this idea that like the most amazing thing about this whole thing is that like people see this and people are like, well, I know who I'm rooting for. But these guys like aren't actually fighting. It's a storyline, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. It's not actually them, fighting until there is a winner.
It's not real?
It's scripted.
I know, Blabs. I know.
Blabs.
Still real to me, damn it.
Let me have my fantasy, says a bunch of people watching it.
Well,
Not me.
so Roman Reigns, the character, is different than Joe, the human being. Right. And it's just the same as like if Tom Hanks was to play the MAGA character on Saturday Night Live, right? Tom Hanks thinks one way and this character thinks another. It's all pretend,
Yeah.
And people can't separate those two things. So, well, I know who I'm
I
gonna
understand it. It has become increasingly difficult with the rise of social media to separate the art from the artist because you have so many people who, like Mark Hamill, for instance, he's so vocal. He talks so much about his opinions, but then he is in movies and he's really good. He was a good Joker. He was good as Luke. Like he's been a good actor. So it is hard to separate the art from the artist. But at the end of the day, I think that it's impossible to enjoy entertainment if you can't.
Blood Drake points out that wrestling isn't fake, it's choreographed. This is true.
Yeah.
This is true. The word fake is thrown around. It is choreographed. Yes. The results are predetermined.
Yes.
So, all right. Ian came in with the 20, says, let's talk about something more manly. Proceeds to talk about shirtless men covered in baby oil rolling around with each other. They're not rolling around with each other,
True.
Ian. How dare you, Ian? How freaking dare you? Oh, my God. Hey, give it up for Mustache for becoming a brand new Plus member over at SidescrollersPlus.com. Once again, use promo code NOPE to get that free month over there. Love for you guys to join me this weekend watching that WrestleMania. And also Corsair33, who became a Plus member. Let's go. Join us over at Sidescrollers Plus. Make today the day. It's Friday. We're going to the weekend. Let's watch some freaking WrestleMania together. It's going to be great. Commodore fan says, as a lifelong wrestling fan and who trolled a lot of the IWC over the years, Craig is not wrong. So many crybaby libs who can't handle life. It's true. Blabs needs a timeout for 2 minutes. Stop being cranky. Thanks, sarcastic.
What am I, a child? Time
Yes.
out.
Yeah. Rob says, our call-in's done. No, we are having our call-in show after today's show here on Friday, which is great. So we're doing our call-in post show over on Side Scrollers Plus as well. Tamamo says, I'm the same age as Blabs, barring like a month. And honestly, I am so with her on this journey of being a grumpy old person. I live near a school, though, and see these uniforms outside ages me. Thanks, Tamamo. Appreciate that.
Soon you'll be shaking your hands at the sky. Oh!
Wait, you were supposed to be our gate to the younger generation, Blabs. Are you saying I need to get on somebody who's like 18 to be like an
Oh my god,
intern
can you
or something?
imagine trying to converse with this person? So like dead ass, no cap, put the fries in the bag, bro. Just finish it. Whatever else they say, like it'll be like, huh? What are you saying?
Blabs, I have a simple request. Is that you never say dead ass, no cap.
Dead ass, no cap, for
Dead
real,
ass,
for real,
no
on
cap.
God.
Never again.
Skibbity.
Marius says, shh, Vera, don't say Pedro Pascal. Legend says if you say his name 3 times,
Craig
he'll
just
appear.
said it.
That's
Now we
2.
only need one more. Now we need to get Blabs to say his name.
Did
Great,
you see
Ned.
his pants at Star Wars Celebration? This dude was wearing like shorts with big ass boots. Like, what was this? It's fine. He's such a weirdo.
Yeah.
And Dan came in and says, I'm supposed to go to the convention in Chicago. I wanted to meet the cast of Starship Troopers. My mother wants to meet the cast of The Breakfast Club. We canceled that because we're dealing with our own health problems. Dan, take care of yourself first and foremost, man. Appreciate you, and thanks so much for your support. Take care of Mama. Take care of you, buddy. And enjoy your weekend and all that. Thank you very much. Hopefully this will cheer you up. As Marius came back with the 10, says, Montez, we have got it, friends. We have unlocked Montez for the day. It's time to bust out the Montez wheel. Look at this in all of its wonderful glory here. Adam, thank you for creating this. Courtesy of wheelofnames.com. We now have our Montez wheel. Let's see where it spins and let's see where we're going, baby. Oh, can you feel the excitement, Blabs?
I hope it goes to Mario.
Oh, you got what you wanted.
Right. I hope for 5 lottery tickets that are winning now. Next. Thank you.
Bitch!
You getting your way on a Friday, Blabs. Congratulations.
Nice.
There you go.
Finally get a Mario.
I did add a new Montez goal, just a quick 10, see if we can get there. We'll see. Who knows? We'll see if we can do another big spin of the wheel. Silence, you idiot, came in with the 5, says, listen, screw your actor opinions. I'm just glad Spider-Man and Hatsune Miku support Palestine, according to Twitter artist. Okay. Well, thank you, Silence, you idiot. Appreciate that. I'm glad we've established the most important things of who Hatsune Miku supports, which is good. Sarcastic Saint says, Craig, you ruined my childhood. Ban Craig. Sorry.
Sure. Go away.
Reee says, I blame Aerosmith for, quote, discovering Alicia.
Yeah, so I didn't know this. Like Aerosmith actually discovered her. Was she like in some music video or whatever?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm gonna look.
Do you know who Aerosmith is? Here's where we're bringing this back to video games. Did you know? Vera, I know where you know where I'm going with this.
I
Go ahead.
don't have anything to add.
No, go ahead. I want to hear.
No,
I want to
no,
hear.
no,
No, go ahead.
you
Go
go.
ahead.
No. You
Go
go.
ahead.
It's your show. You're the host. Go ahead.
But I'm
Oh, she
tossing
was
this-
an Aerosmith music video. That's what it was. It was for Crying, Amazing, and Crazy.
Oh, interesting. It's like with Pamela Anderson, how she became discovered because of a hockey event.
Oh, there we go. Well, Blabs, bringing this back to video games, as we always do on the show, which is, extremely important. Did you know that Aerosmith has a loose connection to video games? Because Steven Tyler is the cousin, I believe, of
Yes, cousin.
Tommy Tallarico,
Yeah.
who Tommy Tallarico, video game composer, and also the guy behind the failed Amico.
Yeah, that wasn't
Television
like almost
Amico.
like a scam or whatever.
Well, so I get lumped into the Amico conversation all the time because I dared to go see it one time.
I
People
saw
were like,
it too, and I did an interview with Tommy.
How
So
dare
because I
you,
played
Vera.
it, I know. How dare I?
How dare you? So, anyways,
No.
there's your callback. See, this is where we go. If we're playing this 6 degrees of separation, we go from Alicia Silverstone to Aerosmith to Tommy
Well, I think
Tallarico.
it's to Liv Tyler because
Oh.
Liv Tyler was also in that, and then you get to Steven, and then you get to Tom.
And then we'll might as well just keep talking about the Lord of the Rings because you're talking about Liv Tyler.
oh my
There you
gosh,
go.
Lord
See-
of the Rings. See,
Oh.
Craig doesn't understand that reference, though, do you?
Yes, Blabs, as the resident Lord of the Rings expert who has seen the movie most recently, all three of them, I do understand that reference. Yes, of course.
What's her name?
Liv Tyler wants you to know that the next story, actually, Blabs, is something you're very, very excited about. There's a game.
I am?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll see how you feel about this. You like Apex Legends.
I do. I actually played it the other, like 2 weeks ago. Oh my god, I am so old. I definitely need to practice. I totally forgot how to play. I was like, how do I heal? Because you have that wheel, right? I was like, how do I do this again? Oh my god, yeah, wow.
I play
Yes.
Loba. Loba
I'm
Vantage.
I call her conduit in French, but I play conduit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Conduit
She's
is
fun.
I'm a Loba main too. I like Loba. I like Mirage.
So why have we never done Side Scroller plus Apex Legends stream?
Would you like to do that?
Huh? Why
How
haven't
many times
we
have I said,
then?
let's play Apex, Craig? And he
Well-
just stands
Yeah.
me up. But
I
if
play
Vara
Apex.
shows up,
Yes.
he'll be like, now we're going to play now.
Here's
Yeah,
the
I play
thing,
Apex.
Blabs. We needed a third. Now
Well,
we
now
have
we
a
got
third.
one.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, it'll be you two carrying my ass because I totally forgot how to play because it's been a whole year.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks for me because I've been on that Marvel Rivals grind.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Marvel Rivals is so good.
It's been over a year for me. But when I was in it, I probably have 1,000 hours in Apex Legends, right? But I had to put it away because it was such a distraction. But I'm just saying, maybe we should make this happen. and
Yeah.
do,
High
like-
Scholars Plus exclusive.
I like it.
Mhm.
Maybe we can do this. Well,
Vara carries side scrollers Apex stream.
listen.
Yeah. And then we could do
Blabs,
Rivals. I'm sure there's another competitive game that's gonna come out.
Blabs,
Let's play the
I'm actually-
finals. Oh, I love the finals. We could do that.
I haven't
too.
played the finals.
can I get to the story?
No.
But look, the point is that I'm actually really good at Apex Legends, or at least I was good when I played it. But with that said, Apex Legends was announced in 2019.
Mhm.
It has been out for 6 years at this point. This story was dropped yesterday, Blabs, that apparently Ubisoft is developing a new battle royale heavily inspired by Apex Legends 6 years later.
You thought this would make me happy.
It's like with Concord, how they thought that if they copied Overwatch's pricing model, that it was going to be successful for them. But just because something worked a decade ago doesn't mean that it's going to work in modern day.
Right. I 100% agree with you.
Same thing's
Um,
happening with Marathon. They're charging $40. It's got 6 characters, 3 maps, 1 mode. That's ridiculous.
So apparently Apex Legends is going to have a major update coming soon because it has dwindled in numbers. Obviously, a game's 6 years old. Its numbers have gone down. But the update is coming as Apex Legends 2.0. So they're going to totally change it up, which is fun. But I do want to watch this video here. This is an exclusive from Insider Gaming. We'll watch about 60 seconds of this, Blabs, and get your thoughts.
Insider Gaming has learned that Ubisoft is currently developing a new Battle Royale game that's heavily inspired by Apex Legends. How's it going, everyone? Mike Strauss, Senior Editor here at Insider Gaming, and our Tom Henderson has learned that the game, which is currently under the codename Scout, is so heavily inspired by Respawn's highly successful Apex Legends that it was once used as a thumbnail for the project internally. It's understood that this game has been in development for at least a couple of years and will feature, quote, very similar characters to Apex Legends, including a spin on Pathfinder, Wraith, Lifeline, and other characters from the game. One source
Come
who
get your
spoke to Insider
birthday
Gaming
package.
Yes.
said on the project,
I
quote,
don't
I
like
think
this
the goal is
idea
to
at all.
What's that?
I don't like this at all.
No.
This is just fake and copying.
Listen to what they
Yeah.
say here.
Insider Gaming said on the project, quote, I think the goal is to capitalize on the player count of Apex dropping and Ubisoft higher-ups thinking there's room in the market for another hero battle royale. Interestingly enough, however, the project seems to go against Ubisoft's own internal research team, who recently asked the question as to, quote, what's next after Battle Royale, while citing the decline in players across various Battle Royale games, including Apex. EA itself has also admitted that Apex Legends is no longer doing what it needs to do financially for the company, with CEO Andrew Wilson saying the game will have a major update dubbed Apex Legends 2.0 sometime in the future.
So there you go. So this is more or less looking like they're copying characters, everything about this game that is now 6 years old. And I'm with you, Vera. I think this screams Concord.
Yeah, definitely. I understand that a genre becomes popular, and over the next 2 or 3 years, people will end up putting out, games and trying to copy a general format. Don't get me wrong. Like, I understand that that's just the way that this industry works, and a lot of industries work. It's like with books, right? When one vampire book gets popular, all the vampire books get popular. But the problem is that it's 6 years later, and even EA is saying that the game is starting to dwindle in player counts and revenue, and that's when you decide that you're going to put out your copy of it. Like, that just doesn't seem like a very smart move.
And also, a lot of people don't actually like the characters, like the whole background bits. They don't care about the characters'
No, they care about the gameplay.
Yeah, they will care about the gameplay and the characters' abilities in the gameplay and how it affects the gameplay. Like, nobody cares about the trans or the lesbian and the whole backstory. So why are you going to go and copy when no one cared about the originals in the first place?
Exactly.
Like, that to me is like a bit of a turnoff for Apex Legends. I don't care about all this agenda bullshit in the game. I like the game because it actually is a very fun and smooth game to play with all these fun abilities.
Yep.
It's just really stupid. And didn't like Ubisoft kind of already copy Apex Legends with some of the abilities in X Defiant? There were some abilities that were kind of similar, in my opinion, to Apex Legends that like X Defiant already flopped. Why are you trying it again?
I agree.
Marius says, genius idea. Copy a game with dwindling player numbers.
Yeah, if it's dwindling in player counts and in revenue, it's not the time to announce, oh, hey, we're doing this other big project. Like, if you're going to be a company that follows trends, you need to have a large team that moves quickly. Like, you can't 6 years later capitalize on hero shooters or capitalize on extraction shooters. It's just not feasible. You have to have a team that is very quick at making something, or else you're just creating an outdated product for a market that's already moved on.
With that said, we'll definitely do an Apex Legends stream together.
Yes, I think it'd be really fun.
The Apex Legends is fun. It's
It is.
ridiculously fun to play.
It is.
So why not copy it 6 years later? Why not? Or
Shout out.
7 or 8 years later. But this screams Ubisoft. Like
And
in that
desperation.
in that report, I'm saying like their internal reports say don't do this, but they're like, okay, let's just give it a try. What is going on over there? It's amazing to see the response. What's happening at Ubisoft right now? It's
I miss
crazy.
Titanfall. Like, I understand Apex Legends is based off Titanfall, but I really miss just Titanfall. It was so good.
Well, you and Jeremy over at Geeks and Gamers, yes, you're the two that everyone loved it. All right, for our we got just a couple more stories here before we go to our call-ins today. And guys, we appreciate you guys popping in. We will be doing our call-in show exclusively over at Side Scrollers Plus today. You guys can come in and chime in and talk about all the things that we have going on that you guys want to talk about. We'll do that for about 30 minutes or so after the show, and you guys can join us. And once again, you can join us for free by going to sidescrollersplus.com using promo code PLUS, using promo code NOPE. You can get that free month and join us for free. Just give it a try. See how it is. And we'd love for you guys to call in and say hello. Let's go to this other story here, as we have, for the first time in 30 years, the Marvel Swimsuit special is returning, and the skins from this game will be making its way into Marvel Rivals. You can
I
see
think
this
the
right
world
here.
is healing.
It's funny you mentioned that because you said that exact same thing on X right there.
I did. My God, the world might be healing. Who would have thunk that swimsuits, right? We couldn't have swimsuits for 30 years, and now suddenly we can have them again. Marvel is desperate, and I understand that. And they're trying to find any way to get back the audience they previously had. This is a good move, in my opinion. People are going to buy the Marvel Rival skins. It's going to get people interested in the comics themselves. I know a couple of weeks ago, J. Scott Campbell, he had released his line of Marvel Rivals covers that sold out very quickly. And he's obviously a very talented artist, but it's things like this that get people more interested in the characters and the comics. And I don't think that this is going to save Marvel by any means, but I do think that it is a really good move because ultimately they're listening to their customers. That's what people want to see. We don't want to see fat, blue-haired feminists all the time. We want to see beauty. These are superheroes. They're not going to be average people. So show them to us.
What was that comic a few years back that was there was like, it was social justice comic book character.
With Safe Space and
Yes.
Snowflake. It
Yes.
was, oh my gosh, what was it called? I know which one. And then you had Fat Dora with the backpack. Oh my gosh.
Yes, Marvel's New Warriors.
New Warriors. That was
Yes.
it.
Yes, here it is. Apparently, we got
I'll
this.
never forget Safe Space and Snowflake.
Rest in peace. The New Warriors comic series, which was introduced characters named Snowflake and like that. That's almost like it's so condescending to the potential customers as well. It says was canceled due to backlash over the characters' names and controversial nature of the team. The official reason was that the COVID-19 pandemic. You're right. But the intense criticism likely played a role, and here they are. Look at wow, that's just
Yeah,
amazing.
guys, would you rather see character designs like this or the swimsuit edition? Because surely you don't want to see the swimsuits, right?
What is this, like a gender reveal party? What is that?
Like-
What gender is it? Yay, it's a boy.
They're non-binary twins.
Jesus.
Man, so this was 4 years ago, and this is today, and that's how much culture has changed in that time period. And I think that's tells you everything you need to know. Neon from Clownfish TV came in, and I think this is exactly what's happening. Middle-aged straight men, please come back.
Yep, they're desperate for their older audience to come back, which I don't necessarily blame them for wanting to make money again, because at the end of the day, they're a company. But it is pretty obvious that, for years they tried this new direction where they were trying to get a new modern audience, and that audience didn't show up. So they're kind of reversing course because they see how popular something like Marvel Rivals is and how beauty sells, which they should have realized from the beginning. But I mean, I get it. They're trying their best to make money. And a lot of people are going to see through this and go, I'm not going to support you just because you put out one good product. But I do think that it is good to see them kind of reverse course a little bit.
Marvel Rivals getting these skins is it's going to be huge.
It's going to break these people's minds. They freak out even when an Emma Frost comes out and, oh my God, she's showing her thighs. She's over sexualized.
I mean, it's going to be amazing to see what happens right that. I will say this, no matter what skins you see in Marvel Rivals, whatever swimsuit outfit that you see, nothing will beat the Ghost Rider art from the 1993 swimsuit issue right here. This is Ghost Rider here in his swimsuit. It says, hey, Ghost Rider, put some clothes on for Pete's sake. Sheesh, this ain't that kind of beach. You're showing a little too much bone. You get it? Because he's a flaming skeleton of death. Right? So pretty awesome stuff. Good detail here, as pointed out, like the water bubbling around him and stuff. And some good stuff. Love that. So, all right. Well, good for Marvel Rivals, good for Marvel, and good for humanity here, which is wonderful. All right. It is Friday. We are going to be making our way to Plus here momentarily. So once again, now's the time to open up that new tab. Use that promo code Plus or use that promo code Nope, whichever you prefer to get that free month. Would love for you guys to join us over there in just a few minutes. But before we do, we have a little trip we need to go on. If everybody can buckle their seatbelts. It's the first time in a while that we made our way to Clown World.
Clown. Clown.
All right, here we are. Look, there's been a lot of controversy in the world of sports over the last several years. We've talked about Leah Thomas. Does that name mean anything to you, Vara Dark?
Yeah, I mean, I know who they are.
They, them is?
Yeah.
He, she, they, all that, and all that. I've never actually heard Leah Thomas speak before. Now, Blabs, do you know who Leah Thomas is? And can you give everybody a background of who Leah Thomas is?
Right. Leah Thomas is a trans woman who basically stole a bunch of medals from biological females in swimming competitions and was basically breaking women's records whilst he's a man, right? So he's actually been like stripped of some medals. I'm not sure if it's all of his medals, but some of his medals went back to the biological women who rightfully deserved those wins. And now he's come out and he's having an interview and he's talking like Garlock, super deep voice, claiming about the patriarchy of all fucking things. Yeah.
Yes, this is Will Thomas speaking. And this is a response to this guy does a really good job of going back and forth. I was honestly kind of shocked to hear this dude speak.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we respect Leah as a woman, as a trans.
Hey, we respect Leah.
Hi, everybody. My name is Leah.
Hey, it's me, Leah, everybody. What's going on? How are everybody doing okay today? It's good to see you over here. And well, he's trying to
do this with his voice over here, but it's not working out very well. But he actually just
sounds like this as he's talking.
Like he and Gorlock should just get together and have a party.
All right, well, let's see how this guy gets dismantled by this real man.
They're like, oh, we respect Leah as a woman, as a trans woman, or whatever. We respect her identity.
I don't respect you as a woman. You're a man.
We just don't think it's fair. You can't really have that sort of half support where you're like, oh, I respect her as a woman here, but not here.
Leah Thomas is actually right about this. We shouldn't lie to him over here and say he's a woman when he's not. And then over here in sports, tell him he can't play in the women's category. We should be consistent and just say, you're not a woman.
They're using the guise of feminism to sort of push transphobic beliefs.
No, we're just stating reality, and it's not transphobic to state reality.
And I think a lot of people in that camp sort of carry an implicit bias against trans people.
No, just bias towards the truth because the lie harms everyone.
But don't want to, I guess, fully manifest or speak that out.
By the way, how dare him, they, them, say manifest? All right.
It's very, very, very sexist.
Gendered language.
Very tough to deal with the harmful rhetoric that's coming out of Thomas's mouth right now. Rough. I'm sorry, everybody.
And so they try to just play it off as this sort of half support.
They think about how twisted feminism, quote unquote, feminism has become. Their arguments, you know, in order to exclude anybody in the trans category, you have to reduce women to reproductive capacity.
No, it's not just about who can have a baby. It's about anatomical differences. Men typically have higher muscle mass, bone density, and testosterone levels, enhancing their strength. Men have larger hearts and lungs that support greater oxygen capacity, all of which gives them advantages in performance.
Says who?
True and real.
Says who, man? Says who, right? Come on. What are we doing here? Oh my God. Okay. Yes, this guy's nailing it.
I like this comment from the chat. Hey girl, nice jawline.
I don't want to put those women down.
Go ahead.
I think that it's funny that we've got a bunch of men telling women, you know, what is or is not deemed feminist or or
just breaking
feminine.
And breaking them down to just like reproductive.
Yeah.
You just carry babies. Thanks.
Yeah, it is amazing to see these dudes literally mansplaining.
It's very misogynistic, and they don't even realize how misogynistic they are.
Mm-hmm.
Down.
Here comes the gaslighting.
Either, and I know you don't want to either, because I see pain. I see pain, and the pain is coming from somewhere.
You see pain, and you don't want to put women down, but you're fine with men taking their sports in spaces. Got it.
It's not you, though. It's the patriarchy. And how can we get people to see that?
So we're supposed to be afraid of
fuck the patriarchy. It's always the patriarchy. Shut up, doofus.
You're giving me pain listening to you speak stupidly.
They're actually injuring the mental states of real women right here.
Yeah. Like mine.
Like mine, who I now identify as woman, which is, you know, so there we go. It's good.
Fair.
Yeah, it's true.
this boogeyman called the patriarchy, but not be concerned about the men in dresses and putting on women face and then demanding women's sports and spaces. Okay, that's complete insanity.
There you go. Hey, good Craig here. Good Craig. Good strong Craig. Based like that.
That's his last name, bro.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll take it anyway.
Most Craigs are good Craig. I'm just saying. Most of them. Not all of them. But I don't know. It's amazing to see that this is still an argument and will be an argument. And is it become such a major issue? And I don't know. As look, you guys can speak to this more than I can as women, but I can speak to this as a father of 2 girls, right? The fact that this is even a conversation, and well, it's such a small minority of the population. It's like, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Like, the best thing you can do is be honest with these people and not affirm their disillusion and how. Listen, I've known several trans people in my life, right? People who have said they're trans, and this is not a joke, and this is 100% honest, hand to heart. All of them have told me that they are mentally ill. Every single one of them, right? I didn't prompt that out of them. It just came out of them. Look, I've had, in their words, I've had serious mental issues in the past. Like, I'm just going based off what they have told me. So take that for what it is. So.
Yeah.
It's wild because, like, when I was in high school, in my senior year, we did a lifeguarding class. So obviously, we were in the pool. Now, there was me and 2 other girls, and the rest of the class was guys. Do you think the gym teacher would allow any of the guys to touch us and vice versa? No. And yet somehow, in 10 years, we've, like, changed it completely up where, like, the guys are allowed to change in front of the girls and vice versa. And I'm like, wow, in the span of 10 years,
gender barriers.
Yeah, in 10 years, this was completely dismantled. I was like, bro, our gym teacher made sure that we weren't even in the same lane as the boys in swimming. Like, you practice saving each other over there, the boys will be over there, no swapping lanes, far away. And it wasn't even an issue. Everyone was super respectful. They're like, yeah, no, we're not going to touch these 17, 18-year-old girls. Not going to happen. Everyone was super respectful. In 10 years, it's just wild that it's completely the opposite now. I'm like, and I really am curious how that lifeguarding class is going now, right? 10 years from now. I should really reach out to my gym teacher on Facebook and be like, so how's that work now? Like, what does that, like, what does it entail? So yeah, wild.
Let's go put on our safety vests and
get back out of here.
Get back in the spaceship, and it's time to leave. That was Clown Roll.
Clown. Clown.
All right. We have this from Speedy Cakes. It's a $25 direct donation. Thank you so much, Speedy Cakes. Says, here's a joke / rhyme for you, Craig. Let me go ahead and move this over here so I can read this. Ooh. Okay, here we go. I'm going to read this really softly because my kids are home today. Jack and Jill went up the hill so Jack could lick Jill's candy, but Jack got a shock with a mouthful of cock because Jill's real name was Randy.
Bro!
Why can I read that so well instead of what other like actual stories? I don't understand.
Maybe it's because you read a lot of hentai or something in your free time.
He's a fanfic reader.
Are you a fan of the futa?
What? No, stop. Ian came in with the 20, says, but John Oliver assured me that there's no difference between male and female athletes in a higher pitched voice than Leah. That's right. This is true. Oh my God. Thank you, Ian. Appreciate the support. Accident Seller says, I love retro games. Are the OG marathon games worth getting from GOG? Good old games. Craig, you probably know a lot about this. Are they worth playing in 2025? I didn't play the OG marathon games. I didn't have a Mac when they came out, so I wish I could tell you. But Vara, do you have anything on the OG marathon games?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that they're only a couple of bucks on GOG, so I'd definitely say grab them up.
John says, don't know Aaliyah Thomas, but there is a William Thomas. That's right. Reese came in with a 5, says, Craig, next time you treat Blabs to sus wrestling moments, I want to recommend Yoshihiko, a Japanese wrestler that sells DDTs, pile drivers, and Canadian destroyers to a blow-up doll. Oh, I have seen this. This is awesome. Yes, where people are wrestling dolls. Thank you for that, Reese. Appreciate that. All right. We have super chats to get to. We're going to get to every single one of them. We appreciate y'all's support today. Now is the time. Open up that window. Go to sidescrollersplus.com. Use those promo codes, either plus or you can use NOPE, either one you want, NOPE, and join us over there for our call-in show. We're going to go for about 30 minutes today. We invite you guys to join us. We will provide the link over there, and you guys can join us and let us know what you guys think of all the things we talked about this week. This is going to be a Friday thing until it starts to suck, and then it won't be it. And then we'll figure it out. So with that said, we always like to add value to our Plus members. So let's get on it. Blaz, what do we have here from Luigi?
All right, Luigi says, "Good morning, normal man. I'm at the beach right now. Not drinking alcoholic beverages, of course. So probably gonna miss this one live. Haven't received any offers to trade citizen. Is there a part two? Ships yet. Suggestion: make Blab's bucket hat a popcorn bucket, just not the training one. Okay. See ya.
Ooh.
Listen, Stitch is not a trans bucket hat. It's
Hey.
literally just Stitch on it.
I love the idea of a bucket hat popcorn bucket.
I do actually. That's funny. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm writing it down.
Brother Snape says Craig knows Blabs wants to podcast with his mom. That'd be so funny. We just take over the studio for a day and Craig just doesn't show up. That'd be hilarious.
idea.
Barry, you're invited. That'd be great.
Wow.
That was like an anime like, wow, next she's gonna be like Itai or something wild. Mr. Malockley says, let me guess, is it Home Alone 2? Is what Home
Nope.
Alone 2? Toa says, I will pay for Side Scrollers Plus if Kirsha plays a bunch of raunchy games. I want to see Craig get even more scarred. Shout out to Best Foxo Lady.
So that's awesome, and we've been talking with Kirsha about doing something. We haven't quite figured out what it is, but that actually sounds like a really
That is a pretty funny thing to do.
Yeah. Mhm.
Write it down.
I am.
Mercenary says, okay, you're not fired for today, Blabs. It takes a bad day for you and being miserable to get the job done right, finally. Why are you so mean, like, every day, Mercenary? Do you get off on that or something? But thank you for your super chat.
Hey,
B.
great job,
Barrett-
Mercenary. Great job.
Shut up, Craig. B. Barrett says, Blabs, including Super Metroid, overshadows anything she might have
Yeah.
missed. Best SNES game? Yeah.
Super Metroid's epic.
Bone says, here's one, Blabs. How do you know a Pepper's angry? Oh, we got that one already. Thank you very much. Steven says, Blabs is a dummy, mommy. Oh, my. Oh, dear. Young Stove, remember
Gross.
for 9 months. Hell, I'm on 4 hours of sleep. I'm operating on caffeine and nicotine. Just a blue-collar factory worker. Also, playing RoboCop RC. It's so fun right now.
It is a very good game.
Shout out to the drinking class. Side
Whoa.
scrollers, that's actually just Mighty for 2. I have those controllers already. The blood spatters are authentic. Oh dear. Derek says, Blabs, what's up, girl? How you living? Don't make me step on you. All right, Steven says, did you... I just went for that reaction. It's really fun to surprise Craig. Did you hear there's a Passion of the Christ 2? The second movie is about the resurrection. Yeah, I did
Yes.
hear they were going to make a second one, didn't they?
Yeah.
Mercenary also says Legal Mindset just showed video of Johnny Salami taking on Discord, wanting to do all this on Discord to kids. Wist says parents will literally sign away the rights of everyone else to have privacy just to avoid having to take care of their own damn kids.
Yeah.
Some parents will say. Marty also says controversial take, but if you want more of online to be safe for children like you claim, stop enabling all these sick in the head people with their gender ideology nonsense, lock them up and get real help. Yeah, that's fair. Mighty also says that joke earlier was lame. Of course it came from GayTube. Here's a better one. How do we know that Adam and Eve weren't Chinese? They would have eaten the snake. I hear snakes taste like chicken. That's a fun fact.
Huh.
The sarcastic saint says one time word for Blab's blueberry waffle look. I will not look that up because I already know what it is and I will never look it up again. Thank you very much. Demogeni says HI. Oh, high school, the start of my supervillain arc. Also, the Breakfast Club was my favorite. Molly Ringwald was the start of my love for redheads. Oh, hi, Vara. Sarcastic says, Blaz, we need this Clueless reboot.
No.
I don't. You shut up.
No.
Yeah. HD says reboots just come off as apologies for offending.
A
That's
lot of the
fair.
times.
Brother Snape says Silverstone and Kelly Bundy were the 90s. Hot.
Yeah.
A Coder fan says, we get it, ladies. Remakes suck. Move on. No! You will listen. The sarcastic saint says Blaz needs to play Blaster Master for the NES.
Well, let me just say this really fast. We recorded an episode of Blabs Versus the other day, which will spawn many, many other episodes of Blabs Versus. Like everything up until that point is child's play until we get to what we witnessed when we recorded on Wednesday.
I am a really, really good retro gamer.
It will leave like option 5 scarred me. This game will scar you. It is an experience that will penetrate your soul and make you question your ability to live a normal life afterwards. I'm just
I
letting
really
you know that.
think that like I am the best retro gamer at finding ways to die in various games.
You are the maestro,
Yeah.
the unbelievable maestro the Mozart, if you will, of creative ways of finding ways to die that nobody has ever died before.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's actually like it's a hidden talent of mine. It's fascinating to see.
Listen, a deep cut back when Side Scroller started, you played through Castlevania.
Mm-hmm.
This is nothing on Castlevania. Nothing. Go ahead, Blabs, continue.
Aiden says tomorrow night is go time. Go Stars. I think that's football. I don't know.
Let's go.
Mercy says Smash JT got scammed out of money thanks to Tommy. Sarcastic Saint says, Craig, what do you think about Game Informer? It's back. I feel like we covered that already.
Yeah, we did, but I think it's great. Good for them. I hope that they're massively successful. And I never like to see anybody lose their job. So, but I do wonder how long they'll be around, based off of the idea that they're a magazine. And I think people are into the brand. I think there are people are into the idea of Game Informer being back. I don't know if people are into the actual process of supporting them. So we'll see.
Enrique says, Craig, you should ask Jeff to be in Nerd Duel. Which Jeff? There's so many.
I'll invite all Jeffs are now welcome. We'll do a Jeff battle.
That's right. Bike Short says, Squirrel Girl Summer's real, guys. I feel it. Okay. John says, Vera, so you're saying you don't like I'm Not Starfire? Gary Nerdrotic has a ginormous bounty for an unreleased copy of Safe Space and Snowflake.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want to get their hands on that?
Sarcastic Saint says, Blab should cosplay as a She-Hulk in a bikini. Okay, bye. Future Pretend says, the reason this is happening is simply this. Antonio Gramsci. Ah, yes, Arch has introduced us to Gramsci. And Gokai says, can't wait to see Blabs upgrade her trans hat to the live action Stitch. I mean, I will not be upgrading my Stitch hat. I will not be watching the live action Stitch either. And I have plenty of bucket hats that I can rotate.
So you're not going
from.
to watch the live action?
No, fuck that. Why would I want to watch that? I can go watch the original.
I mean, true, but
the
live action doesn't look half bad.
No.
It does. I agree. This is
hater, toxic, negative.
That's fine. I'm fine with that. I'll be a hater in my classic 2000s bucket hat. Mr. Melancholy says the Home Alone 2 was me guessing what the controversial movie was. Oh, no. So that was the other day, Mr. Melancholy. This time it's Clueless and Breakfast Club. Yeah. Okay, we're caught up now.
John says, joke for Blaz. My high school had an issue. There was a teacher who was caught having sex with a student.
Oh, mine too. I got so many stories about that one.
Blabs is a joke. Let me finish the joke.
Mine wasn't.
Blabs trauma dumping here.
Joke, golly.
I knew this guy, and there was a tie.
Yeah, it happened in the Year Above Me. There was a business scandal of like 2013. I think that's what it was called, because it was a business teacher like teaching like business classes, and there was some tomfoolery going around with one of the boys in the Year Above Me.
Oh my!
So anyway, you didn't miss much in the high school, Vara.
So the joke goes like this. John says, joke for Blabs. My high school had an issue. There was a teacher who was caught having sex with a student. But the problem is that I was homeschooled.
So how about that calling now, huh?
Well, that's the end of Side Scrollers. Happy Friday.
Light up. It says, just to support you. Keep up the good work. Thanks so much for the 10. Appreciate that. All right. Yes, it's time to go. Guys, open up a new tab. Join us over at Side Scrollers Plus. We will be dropping a link to the show over exclusively for Plus members to call in. We do this on Fridays, and spend about 30 minutes chatting with you guys. Looking forward to doing that. Appreciate you guys popping in. You guys tuning in over on Kick. You guys have a great day. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. You guys tuning in over on Rumble. You guys have a great rest of your day. Get outside, touch some grass. We'll see you guys over on Plus. Bye-bye. And you guys tuning in over on YouTube. You guys remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Fatality. They're gone.
All right. Awesome.